Welcome to Booked and Branded. Today I am joined by Fuad, a Facebook ad strategist who helps brands grow online while living a full-time travel lifestyle. We're diving into what it actually takes to run successful ads in 2025, how to build a freedom-based business from anywhere, and tips for anyone wanting to start or scale their own service-based business. So let's jump in. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. From a sweaty workout to a podcast. I love it.
You're killing it at life, really. So let's dive in. I would love to know a little bit more context about you and your story and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah. So just to give my background, born in London, lived in the UK till I was 6. Grew up mostly in Chicago. That's why I don't sound English. Family's from Nigeria. Went to university, graduated at 23, I think, a year later, because first year of college, they're like, you don't have to go to class. And I was like, really? So I never went.
Great, okay.
But yeah, my brother's always been an entrepreneur since he was like a teenager, even a kid. Used to sell candy, do all that stuff. He pretty much moved out when he was 18. And then I just saw him traveling. And he's like, once you graduate, you're going to travel with me. I did. So 2013, went to Thailand, Chiang Mai, the first place I lived abroad. And yeah, since then, been running Facebook ads, doing digital marketing, and traveling, working out, making content, making people smile.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So why Facebook ads? Did it just kind of happen, like you fell into it with your brother, or what attracted you about that specific area of business?
I was going to say money, but it wasn't. I mean, money is a part of it, but the main thing is it's like when I was still in high school and junior college, I knew my brother was traveling. I didn't really see much because this was back in the days of like MySpace and digital cameras you had to plug into your computer. So it's like there's no Instagram stories, there's no Snapchat. Yeah. So the only time I got to see the travels was when he came back home. But I knew whatever he did enabled him to travel. So I'm like, whatever you're doing, I'm going to do that same thing. And yeah, at this time it was, Facebook ads. Like I learned literally like right before I graduated from university. I used to go across the street to this place called Hy-Vee. I went to university in Iowa and just learn it, work. And then, eventually I started living with him when I went to Thailand. And it's just the place that people are. Because at the end of the day, marketing is just putting what you have in front of people. And hopefully you put the right things in front of the right people and know why they want to buy it. And that's what Meta gives you the ability to do. So,
No, I love that. Was there a moment at the beginning of your journey where you were like, oh shit, this is going to work? Like, were you like your most excited point? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember an exact moment, but I just remember when. So at first, basically, like I was just kind of shadowing what my brother did. Okay. So he's just kind of showing me like, yo, this is what I'm doing. Like put me into the ad account just so I can see. And then from there, like I slowly started to take more and more control of it to the point where like he didn't even look at it for like a few weeks sometimes. Wow. And I was the one that was doing it. So like, I think, just there where it's like, he doesn't have to look at it and I'm the one that's like controlling it. And to the point where it's like, all right, the people aren't mad, like we're making them money. So like it must be working, you know? So I think, just that like, and then also just with that, like just being able to do it however you want, whenever you want. So it's like, I don't have to sit at an office with a suit on, as you see now, like I'm overdressed right now. I'm wearing a shirt. Like this is me being overdressed. Usually it's without a shirt on, shorts and sandals. That's how I like live. So I think, just being able to go into the ads manager and just take over, like in those first few months when I was doing it, I was just like, wow, like this gives me the ability to be here. And here at the time was Thailand. So I would say like, just in realization of how powerful the the work that I do is and how convenient it can make life, basically.
Yeah, yeah. I love that your brother sort of mentored you in a way and like took you into this space. That's so beautiful.
Yeah. Nah,
Um,
shout out to my brother
yeah.
Jabril. If you want to check him out, his travel channel is called Passport Heavy. And then his is Jabril8 on Instagram. So yeah.
Amazing. Is he older brother?
Yeah, older
Yeah,
brother. Older
nice.
brother. Yeah.
Is he still doing Facebook ads?
He does ads when he needs to, but his main thing now is content. So just to give you like more of a backstory. So the first 6 or 7 years I was traveling with him. And he pretty much from like the first few months that I started traveling with him, he hired a filmmaker, professional filmmaker. So we basically document all the places that we go to. So a lot of the times when you see content about a place, especially on YouTube, it's like, hey guys, I'm here in Chiang Mai. We're going to get a massage and basically it's just self-centered. It's like, here's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But with the content that my brother does, and I was also a part of, it was more information based. So it's like, before you come to Thailand, you want to know that you want to get this and you want to have this visa. And these are the best places to eat. This is what you want to do here to make sure you're respectable to the people, and just giving information to the point where you're like, damn, like I feel like I know everything I need to know before I even step foot in the place, versus like having to go and figure it out yourself. So do you know Lonely Planet? So we're basically given like that information, but being ourselves and being entertaining with a professional filmmaker that's making it look sick. So it's like you had the combination of information, like entertainment, visual effects and all that stuff. And I'm saying all this because the first 7 years, I would say, of traveling. So like we lived in Thailand, Panama, Colombia, Mexico, went all over, but it was funded from the marketing.
Wow.
So this is all funded mostly with Facebook ads, email marketing and stuff as well. But like, what paid for this, what paid for the filmmakers and the trips and the experiences that didn't get covered from being a influencer was the marketing. Right. But the last like 5 years, I would say my brother's been able to turn that now into a profitable thing, like just from the content. So like working with different places, like real estate deals and all that stuff. So now it's like the content is paying the bills versus like the ads and the marketing paying the bills.
Was that always his long game? Like he sort of saw being a content creator as end game and then had other things sort of facilitating that? Or is it just he's sort of like, it's a
I don't, like, to be honest, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I know he loves marketing and he loves making content. But what he hates is people being in control of the narrative.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of times that like could have made money and made a lot more money with different brands and all that stuff. But then they would have control of what goes out and what goes in the content. It's like, oh, you need to film this or you need to talk about that. And he hates that. Yeah. So I think one of the biggest things for him, like whether it's content or even working with different people, like ads and stuff, like a bunch of people were like, oh yeah, I could pay you all this money. But if he wasn't behind what he was doing, he's like, I don't want to do that. So I think the big thing for him was like actually like having a passion for the thing he's doing and making sure that he controls the narrative. He's able to say what he actually feels versus like someone putting money in your pocket and being like, you have to say this and don't say this. So I think that's more of the goal versus like whether it be in content or whatever. But I know he likes making content, but he also doesn't like, so I would say we're kind of different in the way that if I go somewhere, I'll sit and talk to everyone. I'll smile. I'll make friends with people. Whereas if he doesn't know you, he's just like if you know, if like he knows you're a fan or whatever, he'll smile and say hi.
Yeah.
But he's not going to go out his way to go and talk to people. Whereas like I love doing that.
Yeah.
So he's more like introverted, I would say, and I'm more extroverted. So like I wouldn't say like the fame is something that he's after in terms of like people coming up to him wanting to take pictures. Yeah.
Sounds like he just wants to be authentic and
yeah. Like give the stories and tell the stories. Because another thing too, right? Like so we went to Medellin, Colombia, and like right off the bat, if you've never been there or you don't have friends that have been there, you're gonna think Narcos and Pablo Escobar and it's dangerous and all that, right? because that's what we're fed. That's the information we have. But like we went there and showed what it's actually like. And like I've spent probably close to 2 years there, and I've maybe saw like 2 or 3 fights my whole time there. And I was going out like 4 or 5 times a week. Like I was a party animal. Like if I did the same back in Chicago or London, I would see a fight like almost every night. And like it's just, yeah, like Medellin is so beautiful, so cool. Of course there's danger there. Like anywhere, like any big city, there's going to be drugs, there's going to be prostitutes and all that. If you deal with that stuff, you're putting yourself in a danger. But like if not, like it's just such an amazing, cool place, and it's safe as long as you're not doing anything too crazy. And like the content we wanted to make was showing that, like not lying about anything. Like of course there's still danger, but for the most part, like if you just want to go out and have dinner, go dance and whatever, like it's a safe place to be. So just being able to do stuff like that with the content is yeah, it's dope.
And showing people what it actually genuinely is like, rather than just like a perception or an idea of something.
Yeah. Like we did that with the Maldives as well. Like most people would assume like the Maldives is crazy expensive and you need to pay $1,000 a night. But like you can go to the main island of Malé, I believe it's called, and you can get like a 3.5 or 4-star hotel for like $50 or $60 a night. And the beaches there are just as good as when you go to like the resorts and stuff. But it's like you wouldn't know that, like, unless someone showed you or someone told you and stuff. So I
didn't know that either. You'll catch me at the Maldives next.
No, for real. Okay, and it's not far from here either.
Yeah. Well, I know where I'm going next. Let's go. Okay, pivoting a little bit. Let's kind of deep dive a little bit more into Facebook ads. So if you had to explain it simply, what actually makes a Facebook or an Instagram ad successful today? Because I know it's changed a lot over the past couple of years, huh? Yeah.
So essentially with any type of marketing where you're spending money, like your goal is profit. So if you're spending $5 on your Facebook ads, and let's say you have like a digital course where there's not much like expenses to cover. Like it's different when you're talking about e-com and you got to figure those. But let's say you're selling like a ebook on on things to do in Bali. Like that's what you're selling. Like if you spend $5 on it and you make $5 and a penny, like you're technically in profit, right? Most people will be like, what? I'm going to make 100 from every 5 I spend. But it's like, no, like the goal is to scale. So the main thing, if you're in profit, that's number one. And to explain how meta ads work, Facebook, Instagram ads, essentially, whenever you post on Facebook and Instagram, depending on your followers and how your other content is, like Meta is going to show it to a certain amount of people, and people that are following you and people that are like it or whatever, right? But when you run an ad, you can pay to show it to more people, and you can get specific with things like age or interest and all that type of stuff. But essentially, you're paying to have your content shown to more people. And you want to make sure the content you're showing has some type of connection to those people. Because if not, then you're just going to waste your money. So essentially, it's like you got to know exactly why you're showing the content to the people and why they would care to see it or engage with it.
I love that. Can you walk us through how you would test or optimize a campaign in terms of like, would you look at audiences? Would you look at creative, copy, like your process with that?
Yeah. So the main thing is like, what is it that we're pushing or promoting? So let's say with the Bali guide, for example, like even within the Bali guide, like what is it? It's like, all right, here's the top 5 Mediterranean restaurants in Bali, right? I'm like, all right, cool. So we know what we're pushing. We know the content. Then from there, I'm like, all right, so who is the audience? Gonna put people that like stuff that's Mediterranean. And then you can split test different keywords and all that type of stuff. And then the campaign objective, it's like, for this, we want people to buy the guide. We don't want people just to see it. We don't want people just to share it or engage. We want people to buy. So we're going to select like a conversion campaign. So I kind of work backwards in that way. And as far as testing, it kind of depends on your budget. Like if you have a really small budget, then you can only test a few things. But if you have a bigger budget, you can test more things. But inside of each ad set, and an ad set is essentially who you're targeting, I like to give Meta the option of having photos, videos, and carousels, and maybe a few of each. Because basically it's like, I don't want to decide, oh, this is going to work or this isn't going to work. I want to let Meta do that because Meta is smarter than me. They have a lot more information than I have in here.
Yeah.
So basically giving them the option to choose. Because one thing I see that people do that I would call a mistake is only having one ad creative per ad set.
Right.
Because there's no other option. There's no split testing. There's no whatever. Like everything's depending on that. So yeah, like one thing for sure, if you're running ads and you have an ad set, make sure you have multiple ads. And you can always test, always change them out, and numbers can always be better. There's no like, oh, this is the best. They can always improve. Like even if you're getting purchases for a penny, you can get purchases for half a penny, and then a quarter of a penny, and then a tenth of a penny, and a hundredth of a penny. So it can always improve. So yeah, I mean, I could talk about testing for like 2 hours, but
oh, I love
yeah.
that. That's getting nerdy. So if results aren't great straight away for people, like how are you troubleshooting that? Like how are you going in and tweaking and optimizing? I mean, you've kind of spoken a bit about, you know, testing ad sets. Is it like who you're speaking to is incorrect and that sort of thing? Could you talk me through that?
Yeah. So I guess before you even start running ads, one thing I like to know and see is if it's working well organically. So like without any ads run, like, are you getting conversions? So let's say with the guide, maybe you have it on the website, maybe you have a free guide, and then from the free guide, you have a paid course. It's like, how many people does it take to sign up for the free guide until you get someone that buys the paid course? Like, let's say like 100 people downloaded the free guide and 10 people bought the course. So like essentially every 10 people that get the freebie will buy the paid thing. So then you kind of have numbers to play with, right? But let's say you had 100 people download the free guide and not a single person bought the course without ads, then something's probably wrong there. Like even if you threw more people in there, you'd probably be wasting your money because something's not working. So I'd say that's the biggest thing at first, is seeing if the thing actually converts before you run the ads, like before you turn it up. And then if it doesn't, you basically just have to tweak. You can look at like, all right, so when people go to the website, how many of those people that land on the website actually take action? And then from there, how many people take action on the next step and the next step? So you basically look at everything step by step and kind of say like, okay, I see the fall off is here. It's like I'm getting 50% conversions here, but once they get to this step, it's like a 5% conversion. So maybe I can split test something or change something or do something here. So essentially you just look at like the path it takes to get someone from seeing what you have to buying, the steps in between, and then seeing like how the percentages are in terms of like the conversions.
Right. Yeah. I love that. I love that a lot. Sounds like you're really dialed in on like you're thinking about every stage of the journey. You're not just like, is the ad working? It's like, what's the conversion journey actually looking like? Yeah, no, I love that so much.
Yeah.
In terms of when you just started out, I'm kind of thinking about people that might be interested in diving into being a Facebook ads manager as well. How did you go about finding your clients?
I guess I was fortunate and lucky because my brother literally just handed them to me. Like I had this, was it the silver spoon, silver fork or whatever? But I think if not for that, a place like here, for example, right? Like if we think about this podcast right now, like the reason this happens because we met each other at the gym. So shout out to BTC, Bali Training Center. We met, then you're like, hey, I see you do Facebook ads. I'm like, yep, I do Facebook ads. And I think just natural organic things like that can make it happen, right? Or social media. But like I would say like if I'm starting out, like this is my first week learning Facebook ads and I want to try it, reach out to people I know. Like who do I know that has a business? Like, oh, my uncle's got a restaurant, or my cousin is a doctor, or this person has this, or my friend's dad is a real estate agent. And I know he's not running ads. Maybe he'll let me do it. Like I'll work for free for the first month or first 2 months until we make money, then we figure something out.
Mm.
Basically, just reach out to your network. There's going to be someone you know, or there's going to be someone you know that knows someone that wants ads. Like, it's almost impossible, because at the end of the day, it's like, if you have a business, do you want more business in a profitable way? Not too many people are going to turn that down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's like,
100%.
who doesn't want more money, more business? So yeah, I would say that would be the first way I would do it. If I'm like brand new to it, I don't have like a course or anything like that, or a big social media account. Yeah, just reach out to people you know and friends of friends and be like, yo, I'm trying this stuff out. Let me do it for free at first. And then, yeah, or maybe not even for free. You might get paid right away. But,
I think that's amazing advice, just leveraging your
Mm.
network, who you know, saying you'll do it for free, and then like building from there.
Yeah.
Like, incredible advice.
Yeah. Shout outs to Hermosi.
Yeah.
Like he talks about that a lot too.
I do like a Hormozy moment. Okay, so let's dive into like your freedom lifestyle, because you've built your business really intentionally around freedom, around travel. You've been a digital nomad for like 11 years, is it?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
12? Yeah, 11.
Yeah.
11 something, almost 12. Yeah.
Nice. I read your Instagram bio.
Yeah. True.
So, can you talk about what freedom means for you, and like when you've been building this business, and how has freedom shaped the way you run your business and the decisions you make day to day?
Yeah. For me, freedom is choice.
Mm.
So as long as I have a choice to what I want, what I don't want, how I do something, how I don't do something, that's freedom to me.
Yeah.
Like, am I able to choose where I live? Am I able to choose the time I work, or how I schedule my day? Like, or if I don't want to schedule my day and I just want to chill. Like, for me, that's freedom. And the things that I like being in a city or a country or whatever with really friendly people, and also people that like to speak. So one thing I love about Bali is that you can literally just be walking down the street and someone is like, hello.
Yeah.
Where are you from? And then you literally could have like an hour conversation with someone. Like, they have no idea who you are, but like they're just willing to talk. Like, and I love stuff like that. So yeah, for me, just being able to be in somewhere that's hot, friendly people. I love riding motorcycles. So that's another thing. I have my bike out here. And then being able to go to the gym in the morning. So I go to Bali MMA like 6 days a week, pretty much, for like 3 hours a day, at least, when I'm here. And then working before that, working after, being able to catch sunset if I want, or hang out with friends, or it's always someone's birthday at least once a week, like when you have a group here. So yeah, just being able to do all that stuff. I'm able to because of running meta ads. Like, as long as I have my laptop, I could just bring it to a cafe when I want, work from home if I don't want to leave the house. And yeah, like, as long as the clients I'm working with are in profit from the things I'm doing, they don't care how I do it. Like, it doesn't matter to them if I'm sitting in an office like this with a suit on, or I'm just laying in bed while I have music videos on in the background. Like, for them, they want the results. And for me, I want the freedom of choosing how I do it. So it's like everyone wins in terms of like the work that I do and who I work with.
Fuad, you've been such a legend, mate. You are so cool. I just loved your energy at BTC. You're such a cool dude. I've learned so much during this podcast. Where can people find you if they want to learn a little bit more about you and what it is you do?
Hit me up on the gram, Abnormal Fuad. So Abnormal FUAD. I also have my YouTube and Instagram. I have a website, but I don't know. I don't do all that traditional stuff. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, I should get a website, but I'm like, I don't need it.
Well,
but, yeah.
You know where to go.
yeah. But yeah, Instagram, hit me up, YouTube. And then if you're lucky enough, I'll give you my WhatsApp, but we gotta be kind of close for that.
Rare few. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.